mood to do a huge meal prep right now. It's like the end of the week. We're gonna go grocery shopping in a couple days and I just want to like use up whatever we have. Let's see, it's pretty late. It's already 4:30, so we'll do like a speed cooking session and just see how much I can make. You guys know I've been obsessed with those giant like butter beans. I found these actually at the farmer's market, 2 pounds. They're pretty expensive, like $12. I want to prep these. I'll put some in the freezer and then I want to make like a bean salad with these. Fill this up with water again. I used to buy a ton of canned beans and pretty much eat them like every single day. Would put them in a salad. I don't know, I used to make just a lot of recipes with canned beans. And I saw this video that Rhonda Patrick did about BPA and canned foods. So lately I've been making all my own beans in my Instant Pot. I usually do this once a week and then I have beans for the whole week. I'll make some extra and stick them in my freezer. Manual, let's do like 32 minutes, will be good. I want to make some of my granola, so I'm going to make some date paste really quick. Something happens to me when spring comes around and I just want a yogurt granola bowl. Last year I last year I posted a couple granola recipes and homemade yogurt. So this is my recipe for date sweetened granola. It's oil-free. I use almond butter instead of coconut oil. Oh my gosh, and it's gonna be strawberry season soon at the farmer's market. So it's perfect time to have a granola bowl. My original recipe says a 1/4 cup of date paste, but I kind of want to make it a little bit sweeter, so let's add just like a little bit more sugar. I'm gonna mix together the wet ingredients. So for the wet ingredients, I combine applesauce, raw almond butter, and date paste, and then add in a little bit of Ceylon cinnamon and vanilla bean powder. I buy both those things off Amazon. Mix in 1 cup of rolled oats. I really like this brand because they test for glyphosate and it's organic. Then mix in any other additional things you want. I like to do raw sunflower seeds and walnuts. My favorite thing to put in this recipe is dried mulberries. They are so delicious, like has to be one of my favorite foods. Since I don't have any dried mulberries, I'm gonna add some raisins. I'm just gonna mix this all together. Super simple recipe. This out on our baking sheet. I'm trying to get it in a nice flat even layer, but it's kind of sticky. Okay, let's pop this in the oven. I like to go really low and slow when I make granola so it doesn't burn. So I actually have to lower this to 300. And I'm actually gonna make one more batch. This is, I call it chocolate chip cookie granola. It seriously is like little clusters of cookies. I have the rest of my date paste here. I'm gonna add this in. Just throw in whatever I've left. And you need just like 2 tablespoons of any milk of your choice. Colin pretty much every single day asks me to make cookies. Like he seriously needs chocolate dessert every single day. So this is like a good combination of like a healthy dessert that you could also have for breakfast. 1 cup of rolled oats. The whole reason I made this recipe is because I wanted to see if I could make a granola that was higher in protein, because typically granola is just like a lot of sugar. But this Truvani powder, this is not sponsored, but it has like a really nice vanilla flavor. So it adds, oh, and it's sweetened with monk fruit. So it adds some extra sweetness, vanilla flavor, and a little bit more protein. I do like to try to experiment making like higher protein desserts, so it's just like more nutritionally balanced. Okay, I'm adding some crushed walnuts. And these are no sugar chocolate chips. These are from Trader Joe's. I feel like they were there for a very short amount of time. Like, I don't even know if mine still has these anymore. Wait a minute, I honestly forget. I think I was actually supposed to add the chocolate chips in at the end, so they don't burn. I don't have the recipe in front of me. Okay, let's spread this out. I'm just gonna use my hands and press this out. Let's take out the first batch and flip it around. We'll do some of this. Have to do a quick cleanup here. Okay, well, I made these black beans earlier to go in my soup I want to make for dinner. I'm gonna do like a taco soup. I made these just like a couple hours ago. Here's what these are looking like. And I figured I could freeze these as well. I could save it for anything else, but... Well, I bought a ton of lion's mane mushrooms from my farmer's market. I'm gonna just throw them all in the oven and prep them. I'm gonna make little like lion's mane bites out of them to be kind of like a chicken alternative. If you can get your hands on some lion's mane mushrooms, they make an amazing chicken alternative because like, you see how like shreddable it is? It like has like the layers. So I'm just gonna toss these in a bowl with some olive oil and spices. This spike seasoning is seriously like crack seasoning. It makes everything taste really good. I'm gonna go for sort of like Cajun chicken bites. Then just coat everything in the seasoning. This looks pretty fire. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around. One. Try and leave it in big clumps. Pop this one back in. I'm running out of space in my oven trying to do this ultimate meal prep, so I don't know if this is even gonna fit. I like to bake it with something really heavy on top of it. I found that this just gives me the best texture. And then we'll do this on top. Be careful, it will be very heavy. My beans over here are ready. Oh no! They don't look done. Oh, this is weird. Like, some of them are super mushy. This usually doesn't happen, but like the top layer is undercooked and the bottom layer is overcooked. I guess I could try to just put it back on for like 0 minutes. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna start prepping a soup recipe and the ingredients for my bean salad, if the beans ever cook properly. Save these scraps for some veggie broth. I'm gonna leave the lion's mane at a really low temp because the cast iron pans heat up so much that I don't want them to burn. So I'm gonna make a creamy taco soup. Instead of like shredded chicken, I'm gonna use these mushroom pieces. These are oyster mushrooms and they make an amazing meat alternative. Also gonna start prepping the veggies for my bean salad. And I'm also gonna chop up some red onion. I'm mixing up the bean salad in this bowl that I already used so I don't have to clean it. I have my beans that finally finished cooking. Some of these are kind of mushy. I really don't know what happened with these. A bunch of veggies I just chopped up. Cherry tomato, bell pepper, and red onion. The dressing, I'm gonna keep it really simple. Just do some olive oil and white wine vinegar. Garlic powder. A fresh herb medley. Some capers. Maybe I should chop these up. Let's toss this together. Beautiful colors. I can't think of anything else to add to this. When I go to serve it, I'll probably put it on top of some like leafy greens or like maybe some arugula or something. Here is the lion's mane reveal. Oh no, I hope they didn't get overcooked. Oh yeah, these are gonna be great. Oh, I hope it's not burnt on the bottom. Look at this texture. So cool. I really don't like it when these get burnt either. So definitely do like low and slow. I think I did this like slightly too long. They get kind of a bitter taste. That's what they look like when they're done. They kind of look like little steak tips. The last thing I'm prepping is a creamy taco soup. I believe this is already on my blog called Creamy Southwest Soup. I made a TikTok about this recipe a long time ago. Anyways, to my Instant Pot, I'm adding 1 onion, chopped up rainbow bell pepper, the mushrooms, and about 3 cups of black beans. My homemade black beans. Then I added some diced tomatoes. I think this is like a 25-ounce jar. Some veggie broth, probably like 6 cups of veggie broth. And I use this Southwest Chipotle seasoning from Mrs. Dash. I absolutely love this seasoning. It has a really good flavor and doesn't have any salt. Let's do some paprika, some chili powder. And then I also added in a tablespoon of chili powder and some Trader Joe's onion salt. The only salt I added is in the onion salt. So definitely adjust the saltiness to your taste. Let's carefully mix this up. And that's all we're gonna add for now. Just pop the lid on and pressure cook this for 5 minutes and we'll do a natural release when it's done. In the meantime, while that cooks, I have a huge mess to clean up. When I'm filming these videos, I make a giant mess and then I just clean it up all at the end because I'm trying to just film really quickly. So while that's cooking, we can do a speed clean. Once the granola is cooled off completely, you can go ahead and put it away. It's not super sweet, so if you want it to be more like a treat, I would definitely add some more sweetness, either like double the amount of date sugar or add some maple syrup. Okay, and I'll go stick this in the freezer. Well, as you can see, my dish pile has grown quite a bit, so let's clean these up. We tidied it up in here in record time. Nice and clean. The last thing I'm gonna do is make a cashew cream for my soup. Half a cup of cashews, milk to my cashew milk. It's about half a cup of each. A little bit of cornstarch to thicken the soup up. This stainless steel blender is so freaking loud. I need ear protection when I use it. Let's see how my soup did. Looks pretty fire. Frozen corn and the cream sauce. Oh, just beautiful. I just felt like my soup needed a little something, so I added soy curls and it looks so good now. This is like my first few experimentations with soy curls and I'm a huge fan. It says they use a whole soybean. I don't really know how they make it, but it seems to be pretty unprocessed. There's like no flavorings added to it. Looks absolutely fire now. I just felt like it needed a little something. But yeah, feel free to add like whatever protein you want to this recipe, or just omit it completely and you could just do like the mushrooms as like a alternative. Alright, I'm just gonna let these cool down before I put them away. So many crumbs, oh my goodness. Okay, well here's everything I made for this meal prep. I have my bean salad, lion's mane, granola, and my soup. And my countertops are clean, my dishes are put away, and I steam mopped the floors. So I'd say this was a very productive evening. I can sleep peacefully tonight. Thank you for joining me for another meal prep video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!